Hello, everybody. So, um, I find this guy Lee Greer quite comical, and there's certain predators that stick out for certain reasons, and it just it just makes me like it's you associate him with. Well, there's a couple of things actually. There's his silly catchphrase. Fucking Predator has a catchphrase for getting caught. It's fucking brilliant, isn't it? He has his silly catchphrase, which we'll go into later. And the fact that he just babbles on about fast food, like fries might be cold, pickles. Have you seen that Crank Cinema video where it just says Lee Greer really likes pickles? He's just like every 5 seconds, pickles. Isn't it funny how, like, what a legacy to leave behind when you die? Oh, it's that guy who got caught on To Catch a Predator. He likes pickles. What a oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Anyway. Should we get to it? So, this is like the uncut footage from Predator Raw. So, let's have a look.
So, this triggered this scramble behind the scenes as to, okay, if it's a different car, it must be a different person. And so I'm going through all the transcripts and I'm saying, okay, who's got...
It's Lee Greer.
It's Lee Greer. She's on the back door. His porch, opening the door.
Can you tell Emily he's supposed to be bringing lunch and booze?
He's supposed to be bringing lunch and booze in.
He sure did bring lunch.
Hey, come on in. Did you bring the food?
Yeah.
Okay, great. What did you bring?
Is he eating it on the way in?
What did you bring?
The double cheeseburgers with no pickles.
I don't know why that's so funny. It's just all he's saying is pickles. It's just the way he's... Maybe it's because of that Crank Cinema video.
Did you bring the food?
Yeah.
Okay, great. What did you bring?
The double cheeseburgers with no pickles.
I don't know why that's so funny. Pickles. Oh, Jesus Christ. Does it any wonder why I'm not on fucking 10,000 subs? Just record a video and just start laughing, you know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Awesome. I made chocolate chip cookies too, but I actually just got some on my shirt, so I'm just going to change my shirt real quick.
Alright, I got some fries, but the fries might be cold. It took me a little while to find
He
them
loves his
first.
fast food, this guy, doesn't he?
That's alright, fries are always good.
And they didn't give me my sodas I ordered, so...
You can just take a seat.
That's the fucking least of your problems, pal.
I'll be right there.
Okay.
Pickles.
So no cookies for you? What's going on?
Not much. Who are you?
That's kind of interesting. If you think about his response there, who are you? There's like an anger and aggression. It's like, who's this guy? Most people, it's interesting how different people react. It says a lot about the state of mind and the mentality of how they view what they're doing and how much fear they have. I think it speaks volumes about their character and who they are. This guy doesn't seem to be perturbed at all. It's like, who are you? You know what I mean? It's kind of, I would suggest that says that he's done this before. That there's, it would, if you've got somebody who's never done this kind of activity before, is, really having a battle with the conscience potentially or whatever, you're going to be a lot more nervous, I would suggest. So that's not an exact science, but for somebody like him to just go, who are you? Like, it's like, that's not the kind of question you'd ask in them circumstances. You're there to commit statutory rape. It's as simple as that.
Who are you?
Lee.
I'm Lee. Oh, well, you've just given the game away there, right, pal, haven't you? Shall we have a look at the chat log? This might be interesting. Okay, so let's see. How are you tonight? Okay, I'm good. So what are you up to tonight? How are you tonight? I'm okay. What? Why do we ask that question to people? How are you? When do you ever get like, well, actually, my blood pressure is at a bit of a low. My energy levels are at approximately 90% of the usual. You know, it's like, I'm good. Anyway. I'm 28, Orlando. Why would you lie about your age and just like... He's 31, right? Why would you just take 3 years off your age? What's the fucking point of that? 13 female Fort Myers. Okay. You're not old. Not what? What are you doing as much? I'm old. Oh, right. You're not old. My grandpa is old. So that's cracking. That she's comparing him to her grandpa as not being old. I'd, you know, if that was real, I wouldn't be too chuffed about that. Oh, it's okay. Well, at least you're not as old as my 95-year-old grandfather. Oh, interesting. But I'm old enough to get in trouble. So straight away, I mean, obviously, you know, everybody knows that it's wrong. But to say that that's one of the first things that he says, it means that he's you know, it's at the forefront of his mind as he's engaging in. I suppose because it's the beginning of the chat, you're going to be a bit nervous until you find your ground, until you find your feet, and you think that you've got somewhere, and that you know. But you know, at this point, but I'm old enough to get in trouble. He's not said anything about anything. You know, they're just having a chat. So he's kind of dropped himself in it already without even getting anywhere. Do you understand what I mean? There's no context behind that. I'm going to get in trouble. What are you getting in trouble for? You know, you're just talking to somebody. I'll chat with you. I'm not stuck up. Huh? Anyway, this isn't a chat log analysis, so we don't want to go into this too much. Although, I could come back. Maybe. Okay, so hang on a minute. Let's see how many days this goes over. So it starts on the 19th. So we got 3 days. It ends on the 22nd. Let's see if we can find out how gross he gets, shall we? Cool. I'll show you even more. Right, teaching. They love that, don't they, these guys? I want to teach you. You know, it's probably an interesting psychological trait that can be looked at a little bit. I'll leave here around 6 or so we should be all right. So they've already planned to meet. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Right, I just want to try and find when he first starts mentioning, you know, the sexual element. I bet a pretty young lady like you has had about 5 boyfriends, sir. Got dumped last month. Okay. Well, I'm sure there's someone who has a crush. Come on, dude. No, there's dirty pics. Alright, okay. You probably won't want to see them. What's that say? Oh, man, C, and guys my age. Yeah, it could go in. So he is talking about webcams. Well, thanks, even though I know you're just meaning online and stuff, I guess it's just nice that someone likes me or whatever. So, I mean, it's good tactics from the decoy just to say, oh, you know, very simple but effective of just, oh, it's nice that somebody likes me, and then he thinks that she's kind of starved for attention. Well, not starved for attention, but she's looking for somebody to show her some attention, and because he's older and thinks he knows more, he's in a perfect position from his perspective to get what he wants, you know. So if I come down there, would you meet me? Just asking. Yeah, I'd like to. You're really nice. It's like what Shin always says about why do these guys think that these girls would be interested in them? Because this guy, I mean, Jesus, he's overweight, he's bald. Not that I should be calling bald people, but, you know, if you haven't got her, at least fucking look after the rest of yourself. You know what I mean? I mean, the guy's a mess. So there's not, I can't see. Oh, hang on, what's this say? Have you ever gone down on... Alright, okay. Oh, you're talking about dirty stuff, and that's the decoy. I don't know if I'm good at that stuff. Well, I'll be the judge of that if I get to come down. Lol, joking. No, you're not. I don't know why that's blank. Have you ever gone down before? No, not really. Okay. Well, there's no illusions. I think the point of this is we're not under any illusions as to what he was after, are we? Let's get back to the footage, shall we?
Some of these guys want to know right away who I am. My typical response is, I'll get to that in a minute, but, you know, first I want to ask you some questions. Because if I say right away who I am, I often...
Yeah, all right, Chris.
Lee, what are you doing here?
Come to visit a friend off the net, I thought.
You see his brain ticking over that. What do I say here?
A friend off the net.
Yes.
He's obviously at this point, he doesn't know what's going on, which is unusual, isn't it? It's like if you're in that situation and you're there after a sexually charged conversation, you know, and some guy in a suit walks out looking pretty suave like Chris, you'd immediately think, oh shit, wouldn't you? I'm in trouble. You know, there's no getting out of this.
Yeah, and who's that friend?
Name is Sammy, I believe.
The name is what?
Sammy?
Samantha.
Samantha.
Right. How old is Samantha?
I thought she was 18 or older.
Did you know? He's just all over the place, this guy. I thought she was 18 or older. I mean, I suppose at this point, because he's not figured out what's going on, he's not just going to throw his hands in the air and go, yeah, I thought she was 13. He's going to see what he knows, because he's not quite, you know. Some of them just throw their hands up in the air, don't they? And they know that it's a sting operation, and they know that they're not going to get anywhere by lying. But obviously with him, he's still trying to survive, isn't he? He's in survival mode at this point.
18 or older.
Right.
And what made you think that she was 18 or older?
Just by the way she talked and acted. And
A lot of these guys will do anything they can to try and wangle their way out of the predicament they're in, including saying, hey, look, I thought the girl was 18. And they don't know that I've already got the translation.
Truth is always the best, Jerry. So why don't you start over again and tell me how old...
No, he's starting to get more nervous, isn't he? You know, he's starting to figure out, because his bullshit is being called out, isn't it? You know, he's basically he's losing this battle. It was a battle of him trying to, as crazy as it sounds, but he's trying to bullshit his way out of it, and he can't. He's losing, so he's he's starting to get more and more scared as the time's going on.
did she say she was in the conversation?
13.
13.
See what I mean? He's like, I've got nowhere to go here, you know, and then the lips come together as an expression of kind of, you know, surrender in a way.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
31.
And you thought it was okay for a 31-year-old man to come to a home where a
No, sir.
13-year-old girl was alone because why exactly?
I didn't.
Then why did you do it?
Stupidity.
I hate that answer. You know when they say, why did you do it? Stupidity. That's, well, no, that's, you got caught because you're stupid. You didn't do what you was planning to do because you're stupid. That's an element of it. But the main reason is you did it is because you're a disgusting pervert. You know what I mean? You've got these tendencies to be attracted to these kids, and rather than, you're not interested in resolving them, in a way that's going to minimize harm. You just want to act upon them. So it pisses me off. It's like, why did you do it? Because I'm stupid. And why are you stupid? Because I'm dumb. And why are you dumb? Because I'm an idiot. Fuck off.
Stupidity.
Honestly.
There you go. No. He's starting to realise. That's the point, isn't it? That bit there. He's starting to rub his eyes. This is when he realises he's fucked.
Pure stupidity.
I think that there's a good chance that Greer is in that one sort of
I believe he got 30 months in prison.
activity
Roughly.
had it not been for the addictive nature of the internet, the access to the chat room, and
Yes, that was stupid.
Right?
Yes.
What is that picture?
Yeah.
will satisfy them, but this face-to-face meeting.
You sent her that picture,
Yes, that was stupid.
right?
Yes.
What does that say about your intent?
Stupidity.
See what I mean? It's like stupidity. It's such an easy get out for him, isn't it? You can just write off any kind of justify. Well, not justify, but you can. Well, yeah, justify any action by just saying I'm stupid. You know what I mean? It's like fuck off.
Honestly.
Stupidity.
Right. And I told her they were dirty pictures and she wanted to see them, so.
And you know, I told this almost like putting the. How can you blame the decoy that isn't the person that you thought? You're blaming the law enforcement officer? I mean, I suppose at this point he's not certain. He still doesn't fully understand what's going on.
I showed him.
So, because a 13-year-old girl says it's okay for you to do it.
No, it's not, sir. No, sir.
Are you married?
Yes, sir.
Not anymore, you're not.
Do you have children?
No, sir.
Fuck for that.
How's this going to go over at home?
Not good. I'd really, really, really like for it not to go home.
Sure you would. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Or pathetic, should I say, that, you know, I'd really, really like for it not to. He's pleading with them, which I suppose, from a certain perspective, you can't blame them for it. You know, they're in survival mode. They're trying to protect. They're trying to survive because they know that their life is never going to be the same again. They're never going to have a fulfilling life. If you're a registered sex offender and you got busted, just think of the things. Your relationships from then on in are going to be problematic, to say the least. It's a good shout to say just write it off. You're never going to be in a happy, fulfilled relationship. It's like, what kind of a woman would get with someone like him after they were on, they got busted in this TV show? I mean, you could call this being judgmental, but it's true, isn't it? Like, he's not got a lot to offer, this guy, is he? You know what I mean? Not got great appearance, just, doesn't eat very healthily. All he seems to like is cold fries and pickles. Not there's anything wrong with pickles.
Really, sir.
Did you bring...
But yeah, he's kind of screwed, isn't he? So your just life is ruined. You always, for the rest of your life, having to engage with law, like the probation services and whatever, taking your photo, getting put on that website. It's just, you're doomed.
Condoms today?
There's some in the car.
Just happen to be
Of course there is.
some in the glove box.
No, I always have condoms anywhere I go.
Why though? He's not going to get laid all the time, is he? It's not like he's going to go to the store and get and just happens to get chatting to the attractive female attendant, and then she's like, "Do you fancy getting an arm behind the store after work?" And he's like, "Yeah, as long as you have pickles."
Because of diseases.
It's because of diseases. Like he's got to tell Chris why people, carry protection around. Like, dude, unless you have got some kind of charm that we're not aware of, you're not going to need those, dude. Just fucking sell them. Just sell them, earn some money,
I always have them in my car with me.
Is that your personal car or
No,
rental
sir,
car?
that's the rental car.
He was in
So he's in a rental car. Well, that makes it even stupider.
the communications business, and he was on assignment in Florida. Sort of gave this.
Tonight. That's what I told her on the net, that, I'd consider staying the night or whatever, but I wasn't.
But there's talk about spending the night here.
Yes, I know that.
Did you pack a bag?
No, sir. I got one little deal. It's got my underwear. It's got my a new.
Isn't that a bag? No, sir, I haven't got a bag. I've just got this hold-all thing with my possessions in it.
Shirt, and I always wear my shorts twice because they're not dirty. And I got my PJs.
Sounds like you're all set. Got food, got condoms, got sleepwear, ready to spend the night.
I know what it sounds like.
Well, there's a few things that you need to know. One is that I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. We're doing a story on...
Oh, that's the moment when his heart rips into...
I know what it sounds like.
Well, there's a few things that you need to know. One is that I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. We're doing a story on adults meeting teens on the internet.
I just imagine when that realization hits. It's as good as somebody pulling out a gun in some respects and saying, your life is going to end in 10 minutes. It's like everything is over. I mean, it must have... The what he's engaged in must have... it must have occurred to him that this was a possibility. But obviously he didn't think it was realistic, or you wouldn't show up. I mean, some people will risk it, but the way that he responded to Chris, like, who are you? Says that he didn't think there was any danger. Because if he did, he'd fuck off. He would have run out immediately, you know what I'm saying?
Everything that you've done since you pulled up here has been recorded on camera.
Oh, Lord.
And there is his catchphrase, oh, Lord.
If there's anything you'd like to tell us further, we'd like to hear it. If not, you're obviously free to walk out that door you came in.
He knew that he had gotten, nabbed. He basically admitted it was wrong. And when he found out that he had, been caught in a Dateline investigation, he was more worried about the exposure.
Lee, you're free to go. Can you
take his cold fries with him?
Is my face going to be shown on TV?
We haven't made any final decisions as to who's going to be in the story and who's not. And
I just don't want my wife to find out.
You see what I mean? Even at that point, Chris is kind of giving him a bit of false hope, isn't he? He's saying, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. So at that point, he's not certain that his life is going to be ruined. He's somehow clinging to this outside possibility that his wife might not find out.
I understand, but I'm just being honest with you. We haven't decided who's in and who's not.
I thank y'all. And sorry again.
Okay.
So because they've not decided, he's like, I'm sorry. Please, I'm a good guy. I'm sorry. Maybe you could leave me out of it because I'm not like the others.
Time after time, guys have tried to say, decided exactly who's going to be in yet.
Get on the ground! Get on the goddamn ground!
Wow.
No, please, sir! Please, sir! Get on the ground! Let me see your hand. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. That's... Oh, jeez.
Don't worry. Lord. You're fine. Oh, Lord.
Calling out to your God. Oh, dear. You could almost pity them, couldn't you? Well, I'm sorry, dude, but it's a fucking difficult world out there, and if you're pulling shit like this, you're going to get busted.
I think these are among...
So, I'm reading the BexterCountySheriff.com website when I've Googled Lee Greer. And it says here, during his assessment interview, I assume it means interview after getting arrested. I'd love to fucking see that interview. He disclosed that he'd engaged in sexually explicit online communications with 6 minors, and that he sent pornographic images of his genitals to a 15-year-old female. Now, why he would divulge that information, I do not know. But one would certainly think if he's done that that's true. And considering how he reacted when Chris kept like, who are you? That would definitely add weight to the theory that he has previous experience in this. The way he strutted in there with the food, started babbling on about cold fries and pickles. It definitely suggests that he's engaged in that before. So these guys are, I think he had a decent job as well. I think this communications job that he had, because I believe there's like a photo of his old house online, which is like a big one. So I think, it could potentially be an intelligent guy. These IT people, a lot of them look like him. And potentially, if you're, got a bit of money, it's much easier to flatter young girls. But luckily, he wouldn't have been doing that for a while, and probably not anymore, actually, for getting busted. So yeah, so there we have it. Yeah, in fact, should we have a look at a photo of him now? Yeah, I would say that he doesn't look too good there. What do you think? That's, I don't know. I think that was taken recently. It's obviously put weight on, got even balder, if that was possible. I suppose it is. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be at your best when you're posing for an RSO photo, are you? But yeah, there you go. There's justice in action. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there, chaps and chapesses. What a fucking stupid thing to say. I just got lost then. I was like, chaps. Of course, a lot of my audience is of both genders. So yes, I'm just rabbiting now. So yes, guys and girls. Thanks for watching. I hope they've enjoyed this little trip. So look at this weirdo. Leave any comments what you think about him and the footage and the hilarity of it all. Yeah, so I will be speaking to you guys soon. I hope that you are enjoying the Christmas period so far. As bizarre as it is in England, everywhere's locked down. It's fucking strange as fuck. It's just become the norm now, all this. People are just getting by the best they can. Anyway, yeah, so I hope you're all well, and I'll speak to you soon.